Hey everyone, we are super excited to be reacting to the Andor trailer. We watched the first Andor trailer when it came out during Star Wars Celebration, and unfortunately we didn't record a reaction to that one, but it was amazing. And now we are excited to react to the official trailer. I don't know if this one is longer than the last one, but I do know that this is the spearhead trailer for Andor for that series, and I'm super excited. So yeah,
it's really good.
Yeah, what do you think about the show, and are you excited for it?
Yeah, it looks like a really interesting tone and kind of different from the shows that we've seen so far.
I heard a rumor that it's going to be featuring a lot of what happened to the Separatists and the Separatist planets after the Clone Wars. I could be wrong about that. Obviously, I just heard about it as a rumor, but
that's interesting.
But yeah, I just feel like the Separatists get a bad rap because they were led by Count Dooku and General Grievous and Ventress and stuff like that. But the thing about the Separatists is that the people on the ground, the people that really just wanted out of what they thought was a corrupt republic, you know what I mean? Like, they just basically have a war where they are led by terrible people, and then they're oppressed by the Empire, apparently. So
yeah,
anyway, so really, it's kind of an interesting story.
You just think of the Separatists as they're the bad guys, but you don't think of all of the innocent people who are just trying to live their lives. So I think that's really interesting.
It definitely seems like that is what this is going to be featuring, and also the start of the rebellion. Obviously, we have Star Wars Rebels, and we have, Rogue One, and we have a lot of storytelling around the formation of the rebellion, but I feel like we can always have more. You know what I mean? I think that the period in between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope is some of the most interesting Star Wars time period. I don't know if that's correct grammar. That's some of the most interesting time period storytelling. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's a great section of Star Wars. So anyway, I'm excited for this, and yeah, let's just watch this trailer.
Well, let's do it. The cinematography looks pretty.
I know, it looks amazing. It looks like a movie.
The tones look really nice.
To steal from the Empire?
Is that a mine?
You just walk in like you belong. They're so proud of
the Senate?
So fat and satisfied.
Oh, so good.
They can't imagine that someone like me would ever get inside their house.
What?
Cassian Andor.
Oh, man.
The Empire is choking us so slowly. We're starting not to notice. What I'm asking is this. Wouldn't you rather give it all to something real? I need all the heroes I can get.
For the greater good.
Ooh.
Call it what you will.
Let's call it war.
Yeah. He's back.
There's fermenting out there, son. Pockets of fermenting.
The music.
The music is so good.
Net. Are you a fish? Or are you a thief?
You're slipping.
I'm not slipping.
I have
I've just been
chills.
hiding for too long.
I have chills.
As long as everyone thinks I'm an irritation, there's a good chance they'll miss what I'm really doing.
What are you really doing?
Oh, that actor, yeah.
That guy.
Death Troopers.
This is what revolution looks
Nothing.
like.
I'm tired of losing.
3-episode premiere. It got pushed to September 21st.
When was it supposed to come?
It was supposed to come out at the end of this month. But it got pushed. Wow.
That had me just smiling.
Yeah, that was great.
That was a good time.
It kind of looks like Papa Skarsgård was, I don't know his name, the dad of the Skarsgårds. It almost felt like he was the main character of this trailer.
He did seem to be one of the main cast, yeah.
Yeah, there's like a lot with him in it. I feel like probably, I could be wrong, we don't know, but the main characters of this could be Mon Mothma, Stellan, is it Stellan? I think it's Stellan Skarsgård, and then it's the other one. The kids are the ones with the different names, but I'm pretty sure it's Skarsgård, Mon Mothma, and Andor that will be the main characters of the show, it seems like. I could be wrong, obviously, because they're introducing...
Well, it's called Andor.
No, I know, but I mean, like, they would be like the trifecta.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the three main characters, because...
Or like working together from different areas to try to...
Right.
Clearly, Skarsgård is whatever his character...
Luthen, I think, is his name.
Luthen is like recruiting Andor to be like part of his rebellion.
We've got the return of Saw Gerrera.
Yep.
So Forrest Whitaker's Saw Gerrera. So this story is going to be jumping around in time a lot, I think, because you have like a young Andor, a young Cassian, right? And then you have an older Cassian, right? It seemed like that's
unless it's just following him the whole time.
Well, earlier in the show, when he said, I think that this is Cassian here. Mm-hmm. So you're going to get a little bit of his backstory, right?
Yeah. Maybe it's just like a flashback.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But I heard the show is supposed to also go alongside, I could be wrong about this, but it's supposed to go alongside Rebels all the way up. Like all of the stuff in Star Wars, it's supposed to kind of follow that up until A New Hope or Rogue One. It's kind of supposed to like go through that entire period. Like it's supposed to take place over a long period of time. So I could be wrong about that, but it seems like massive in scope. So I wouldn't be surprised if they are really taking this and blowing it up, like expanding it. I mean, you saw clones in one shot of the last trailer.
Do you want to watch it again?
Yeah, let's watch it again. Okay. Let's do it again.
Okay. Yeah, seriously, whatever lenses they're using, like, I don't know, but they are pretty. Like, yeah. I've noticed in like a bunch of the shots.
Well,
like you're
seeing a lot of like distortion on his head here.
Yep, there's a lot,
which means there's a lot of like it's a very.
I don't know if it's like a tilt shift or
it's like it's a like a really 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 like
stylized
intense anamorphic lens.
Yeah,
and it might even be like a vintage one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it has like a really like unique look. I feel like.
Yeah. So weird. He looks like he has like a regular like AK-47 or something like I don't know. That looks like such a modern gun to me.
I'm sure it's a blaster.
That shot is amazing.
The CGI looks really good.
Yeah. Okay, I want to say this. A lot of people were like, have said this, and we have said, thought this, talking amongst ourselves as well, like that both the Book of Boba Fett and the Obi-Wan show felt a little cheap as far as its production value goes. And I would say you can tell that they were TV shows. Mm-hmm. This does not look cheap.
I wonder why, though. Like, I'm really curious why that would be the case, because you would think that they would put so much more into, like, Kenobi.
Yeah. I don't know. You can just tell a lot more money was...
It's weird.
Shifted towards this show, it seems.
Because, like, there was a lot more, like, on-location shooting in this, right? Mm-hmm. So, it just makes me curious, like...
I think...
how that broke down.
It makes me... more excited for this show because it makes me feel like someone had a really good idea that they pitched to Lucasfilm, as opposed to it's like, here are our IP assets and what can we do with them.
It seems like already you can kind of feel like maybe it's got like kind of an auteur sort of vibe, like someone is
Well, it feels like Rogue
taking
One.
it in like a cool direction,
Yeah.
and like having some freedom with that.
It feels like Rogue One. And I'm pretty sure it's produced, I don't know if it's directed by Gareth Edwards, but it's got a lot of the same creators behind it as Rogue One. So yeah. Rogue One definitely feels the most directorially inspired of the Star Wars movies, maybe besides like the George Lucas ones. The ones where he like very specifically directed, I mean, because he only directed the first Star Wars and then the 3 prequels, and they have a very specific feel to them.
But he didn't direct 5 and 6. Why?
It's too hard to direct and tell the story that he was trying to tell at the same time.
What was he doing then?
He was on set every day and stuff like that, but he wasn't like.
He was just trying to create the whole world, so he wanted,
But he
someone to
wasn't
manage
like,
everything, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. So he didn't, and he was the writer, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyway, all I'm trying to say is that Andor is a lot of people's favorite Star Wars movie in terms of strict filmmaking. It's a lot of people's.
Andor?
Sorry,
Rogue One?
Rogue One is a lot of people's favorite Star Wars movie, strictly in terms of filmmaking, and I think that's warranted. I mean, I think it's a fantastic film, just strictly from the director influence over that. So this definitely has that feel too.
To steal from the
This looks like some sort of mining operation. Like they're stripping the planet.
It kind of looks like that location in Obi-Wan, where Vader and
Yeah. It makes sense that there would be a lot of like Imperial bases where they're just like stripping all of the resources, you know, like from all these different planets.
Yeah.
There'd be a lot of these kind of like industrial.
This also gives me a lot of Star Wars Visions vibes. The idea of like you're telling stories of like just the people. You know what I mean? Like not like the most important people.
The people.
Not the most important people in the galaxy, but just, you know, just the people on the ground, which is great.
I love that you can see like the chromatic aberration in the corner
I know.
by the tree, and like the kind of distortion on the edges of the shots. It's like so satisfying.
It's so beautiful. Do it.
You just walk in like you belong.
What?
I was just gonna move the mouse.
Oh, okay.
It was in the
Sorry.
middle
You
of the screen.
belong.
Pause.
They're so proud of themselves.
Pause. Wait, go back.
So what's happening?
You just walk in like you belong.
One of these pods is moving.
Yeah, that's normal. Because, like, when they're doing a Senate hearing in the
One
prequels,
goes to the middle.
it's like there's like a bunch of
Are
like.
there people here?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Is it like a full Senate meeting?
Yeah, but there's nobody in the middle. So
Someone's going to the middle.
I don't know. But normally it's like, yeah, you've got like people like converging and talking in the middle and stuff like that. So anyway.
There's a spotlight coming down.
It's really
Is that-
cool.
see that?
Yeah, I see that. It's really cool to see the Senate again. Oh, and you've got this is a view we've never seen before. You've got like the
Like where
symbol-
Yoda fell down.
no, I was gonna say the symbol of the Republic is right here.
Oh,
You see that?
that's cool.
You see what I'm saying?
Like the cog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so proud of themselves.
See, there it is behind him.
Belong. They're so proud of themselves.
See? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway.
So fat and satisfied. They can't imagine that someone like me would ever get inside their house.
Sick.
Cassian Andor. The Empire is choking us so slowly. We're starting not to notice.
This looks like kind of the
Braca.
yeah,
Yeah. Fallen Order.
but it looks like they're scaffolding, like they're like they're building.
Yeah.
But I don't know because that looks like it's being destroyed.
Yeah.
Hard to
What I'm
tell.
asking is this. Wouldn't you rather get
They're clearly building some things, or maybe they're
That looks like an Imperial Walker behind him,
maybe they're like breaking things down,
building
to, like,
them back up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
On to something real.
It's a cool looking
All
ship.
the heroes I can get.
That was really pretty.
I need all
The like
Yeah.
patchwork of like farms.
Uh-huh.
the
Looks
heroes
so
I
cool.
can get.
X-Wing. Cool looking X-Wing. And then that guy was in Rogue One. This alien here was in
Oh.
Rogue One. Yeah.
For the greater good.
Call it what you will.
Let's call it war.
Ooh, the
The
music,
music is
so good.
Super cool.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah. That's something, I don't know. I feel like that's one of the things with some of these other shows that hasn't been like 100%.
Book
Like
of Boba Fett was good.
Mandalorian had really good music. Yeah, Book of Boba Fett.
Well,
I guess
yeah.
Kenobi, I just felt like it, like,
Besides the John Williams theme,
yeah,
there wasn't.
obvi.
Yeah.
But it was like just a little, I don't know, like, I don't want to like criticize things too harshly, but I just feel like it wasn't quite as epic as it could have been,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's cool.
And this might not be the music from the show. It might just be trailer music. But
Yeah, but
the
still, if it's in the
presentation,
same,
framing,
if it's in the
yeah.
same sort of like vibe,
Yeah.
then it definitely,
yeah.
you can tell that it's,
Because they used like classic John Williams music in the Obi trailers. But
Yeah.
but that wasn't in the show. So
I like the new music that they're coming out. Like they're really creative. Again, like the Mandalorian.
the Ludwig
Fett.
ones.
Yeah, like it's just a really cool
Yeah.
direction. Different.
Yeah, the
it's not
scores
John
for-
Williams, but it's still really cool and unique.
The scores for The Mandalorian and Boba Fett both were very
And
good.
it feels like it fits like the different areas of the galaxy almost. Like the original soundtrack is like irreplaceable for like the story that
Of
it
the
was
Force, the
set
story
in,
of the Force.
the story of the Force and
Yeah.
stuff. And then these kind of like offshoots of these different like aesthetics of music are like fitting for different stories in different areas of the galaxy and different people almost like.
Water keeps dripping on me
You know?
because this condensation is so intense that every time I pick it up, it's just like dripping. Anyway, keep going.
Anyway, I can't play it.
Oh,
There's fermenting out there, son. Pockets of fermenting.
why does that remind me of Harry Potter?
There's fermenting out there, son. Pockets of fermenting.
Like that line delivery just, I don't know, for some reason it reminds me of like a Harry Potter character or something. Anyway,
There's fermenting out there, son.
Lord Voldemort.
Pockets of fermenting.
So cool.
You're in my net.
Clearly, she's gonna be some sort of antagonist.
this also makes
that?
me maybe a romantic interest.
Yeah.
But this also has the same vibes for me as like Blade Runner 2049 or something like
The
that.
music.
Not the music, but just kind of like the characters and the kind of like spice,
Gritty.
gritty sci-fi. Like
Yeah.
this is more sci-fi than any other Star Wars thing, because Star Wars normally is fantasy, space fantasy, because of the fact that it relies on the fundamental structure of fantasy as a storytelling genre. This feels like sci-fi because it feels like a dystopian future.
Yeah.
So this feels more traditionally sci-fi in my opinion, because sci-fi is about where can humans end up. So it feels like a dystopian sci-fi thriller more than anything else, which is amazing.
Yeah. That blonde girl is clearly going to be hunting them.
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean. She's like an ISB agent or whatever, like Callus or something, you know, from Rebels.
What's ISP again? Imperial.
Imperial Bureau of Security or something like that.
Okay.
And they're like, that's their official title or whatever. And yeah, I have a feeling that she's going to be kind of that like sneaky, like she seems like an interesting antagonist. So I'm excited.
You're in my net. Are you a fish? a thief.
You're slipping.
So he's in the Imperial Senate too, it looks like.
Clearly there's going to be some like subterfuge or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Like some, I like that whole idea, like the high ranking deception, like from like in these like elite circles of power.
Yeah.
Them like kind of like, it's like a different facet of the rebellion. You have the people on the ground that are like fighting and like sneaking around and stuff, and then you have people who are like, they have these roles already. They were you know, here for the Republic,
right.
And now they're like, okay, I guess I'll just stay here and like secretly influence things,
yeah,
and help the rebellion while I'm like tricking all of these people,
yeah,
and like having these fancy parties, and like,
yeah,
it's just cool. I like that.
It looks like he's in the Imperial Senate,
And make sure no one finds out, like
right.
the like suspense of like, will someone find out? Like,
right.
I'm not slipping. I've just been hiding for too long.
As long as everyone thinks I'm an irritation.
yeah, see all these people, like,
Is that
what?
oh gosh, it's Daniel Faraday, it looks like.
It does kind of look like him. Are you sure?
I'm gotta look this up.
I don't think it is though.
What's his name? Daniel Faraday.
Jeremy
Davies.
I don't know if it's him.
No.
Just add, babe. Just add Andor.
IMDb.
Just add Andor.
Okay. Andor? No, probably not. It just looks like him. No. But doesn't it look like him?
Yeah,
It totally.
it does. You're not wrong.
Anyway, okay. Sorry.
Okay, but I was saying, this is what I was talking about. Like people, you know, at these parties getting suspicious and her having to like convince them that she's like loyal, and
Kind of reminds me of that scene in.
or like this woman is getting in the way of all our plans. Like,
Yeah. It reminds me of that's also that scene in Kenobi where they are at the party and Bail Organa, you know, has like, he's like, oh, we have to worry about these slave trade and stuff like that.
that was just like a little hint of it.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna focus more.
Yeah.
There's a good chance they'll miss what I'm
Pause.
really doing.
Sorry, we keep pausing, I know, but I also like not just the cinematography, but the costume design,
Yeah.
the set design. It looks like they're going in like brand new directions, which is something that I really liked about Solo, for example. Solo shows like a really unique set design, especially in like the Crimson Dawn area and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And this definitely like feels so much like Star Wars while also branching out and bringing a lot of concepts from like Visions or Clone Wars or things like that into live action, which is great.
As long as everyone thinks I'm an irritation, there's a good chance they'll miss what I'm really doing.
What are you really doing?
That guy.
Who is that actor?
He is the love interest in The Crown.
Yes.
The daughter.
Yes.
The like general or whatever.
Of the love interest of Margaret.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who? That's the lady who in the last one who was like, "This is a rebellion."
This is what revolution looks like.
Who's that?
I'm tired of losing.
Looks like a giant dam or something. Okay, what is happening here? That guy looks like, what's her name? The bug eye lady.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it like the same species?
Yeah. The bug eye lily. Yeah. 4 arms.
Yeah. What is
I don't
happening
know
here?
if she has 4 arms.
Like saving someone's life?
But what's her name from the sequels?
Something.
Maz Kanata.
Maz Kanata. This part looks crazy.
Yeah, this looks wild.
Bruh. They're like, we need another month to finish all this CGI.
Yeah, that's probably what it is, to be honest. Yeah, I prefer that they extend it out and give us something good rather than have it be sloppy, you know? So,
Yeah.
so kind of like Stranger Things, like they really released the first volume.
Yeah.
And then they were like, we still need to work on the CGI for the next 2 episodes. So.
But I don't know, why aren't they like coming out with more movies? Is my question, because this could be a movie, right? It's like, I like the shows and I like the longer format storytelling. What are you doing?
Sorry, I'm just switching something. What were you saying?
I like the shows and the longer format storytelling, but I also miss going to see Star Wars movies.
The thing about this is that this is going to have... This couldn't be a movie because this... Obi-Wan should have been a movie, for example. But this... That's like pretty trite to say because people say that all the time, but whatever. I mean, I think people would have appreciated it better if it was a movie. But this couldn't, because this is supposed to have like 3 seasons and like 20 episodes per season. Like this is supposed to be
crazy.
A lot of storytelling in this.
Well, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. So the problem is that they're taking for a limited series.
Do you want to take off the screen?
Oh, the problem is that for a limited series like Obi-Wan, where unless they do a season 2, the problem is that they said that it was a limited series. They said this is all you're getting. And for a lot of people, it felt like a bloated mess because they felt like you only really needed 3 episodes of that show to get what you wanted, which was more Darth Vader and more Obi-Wan.
You just wanted like a moment, basically.
Right. Right. You wanted them...
didn't need like a whole like a lot. They just wanted that moment.
And I would say that not just the fight. Like I don't know what you mean by that. Like if you mean just the fight, but for me, it's not just about the fight. I think you need the moment of understanding of Obi-Wan transitioning from prequel Obi-Wan to original trilogy Obi-Wan. And
but
you could have done that in a movie.
A super long story like that's you have to hit those points.
So the redeeming thing for Obi-Wan would be if they did a season 2. I mean, it was redeemed by how good most of it was. You know what I mean? But if they did a season 2, then it would be like, okay, it's a series, you know? It's not just like a few episodes of a show that could have been a movie. But in this case, or like Book of Boba Fett, you know, that will be amazing. I love Book of Boba Fett, but I think that it would be even better if they made it better in a season 2. You know what I mean? If they expanded upon what they built in season 1, you know? I think that if they're going to continue doing series, it shouldn't be limited series. It should be, hey, we have multiple running shows that have multiple seasons, you know? So, and then they all converge, you know, in the next film, or they start building upon things with films and stuff like that. Like what I want most from Star Wars is for them to do the MCU thing while retaining their unique identity. You know, I don't want them to turn into MC style movies because I'm not a huge fan, but I want them to do the thing where it's like, we have this story, this story, this story, this story, and they all have seeds of each other in their individual stories, and they all are going somewhere. You know, that's what I would like. And it seems like they're doing that even with the Bad Batch and all the cloning stuff with the Bad Batch, how that eventually may lead into the sequels, you know? And ultimately what I want Thrawn to be Thanos. You know what I mean? And I want like to move past the sequel stuff.
Is Thrawn coming in this show?
Thrawn?
No, Ahsoka.
Well, the deal is that Thrawn he could come in this show. You don't know. You know what I mean? Like, because Thrawn was a big bad during the Empire. Yeah. They could introduce him in this show and then bring him back in Ahsoka or any other extended things that they're doing. You know, you don't know who's going to show up in this show. So,
yeah.
Anyway, well, we're going to be reacting to every single episode of this show the day that they come out.
Let's go.
So 3-episode premiere, which means that we'll probably, man, that'll be difficult to react to all 3 episodes at once in the middle of the night. We'll probably...
It'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll work it out. But yeah, we'll react to every episode when it comes out. So follow us along on that journey and subscribe on Patreon for early access to different shows that we're going to be doing besides this. And yeah.
Please like this video.
Like this video, subscribe. Share your thoughts about Andor.
Comment below. And let's get hyped together.
Let's do it.
It's going to be fun.
Woo!